What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to this week's Ask Virtue, where we answer all of your burning nutrition, fitness, and lifestyle related questions. If you have questions for next week, go ahead, comment down below, and I will be happy to look through them and answer the best questions next week. Okay, so this week's topic is one that I get asked quite a bit with my nutrition coaching clients, but this is also something that I get asked quite a bit just in general, and that is, how do I listen to my body, right? So when someone is new to a nutrition program, is new to training, they're often given the advice to, quote, listen to my body, right? Well, what does that even look like? What does that even mean? Some of us have just gotten so far disconnected from our bodies that we don't really know kind of what's good, what's bad, what's an improvement, and what's kind of just staying the same. So this week we're going to talk about how do you, quote, listen to your body. All right, so I'm just going to go in no particular order here down a list of ways that you can actually pay attention to and listen to your body. The first thing is your skin. Your skin actually has a great reflection of what's kind of going on in your body. Okay, so how does your skin look? Is it oily? Is it broken out? What are those cases? So if it's red and inflamed, that's probably a good indication of what's also going on the inside of your body as well. All right. The next thing is something that I call your HEC, your HEC, your hunger, your energy, and your cravings. I'll ask this question a good bit to my nutrition coaching clients, and it has to do with what is your hunger like, 30 minutes after a meal? What is it like 3 hours after a meal? What is your energy like? Are you, getting a rush of energy after you've just eaten and then crashing? Or are you seeming to have a nice steady flow of energy after you've had a meal, 30 minutes up to 3 hours post meal? What are you craving? Are you craving certain foods? Are you craving sweet? Are you craving salty? Are you craving meat? Any number of those things. Like, what are the things that your body is telling you? What are you craving when you are on a nutrition program or on a diet? The next thing that you need to be thinking about is, what are you eliminating? What does each elimination look like? Whether that means, what does my urine look like, or what does my stool look like? All right, are you peeing clear or is it dark brown? Are the quality of your bowel movements really good and like regular, or are you constipated and a gassy, bloated mess? Other things to be thinking of is your resting heart rate in the morning. Are you, in the high 70s and the 80s, or are you in the low 50s? Those are all things that you need to be thinking of. One of the things that you can do is you can actually get an average, a weekly average every morning to kind of give yourself a baseline. And if you're elevated or depressed, there's probably something going on with your recoverability from exercise or stress or whatever the case is that you have going on in your life. The next thing is simply your body temperature. We all, if you've ever had a fever, know that your body doesn't hover around 98.6 degrees. That's about the average, but it can go either way. One of the ways that you can actually tell if your metabolism is humming along is if your baseline temperature, once again, you take your body temperature first thing in the morning for a week and get that average. If it's elevated, if it's above that, your metabolism might actually be humming along pretty well. If it's severely depressed and you're constantly cold and you're feeling cold, that probably means that you've been restricting yourself too long and that your metabolism is a little bit depressed. Another thing that you should be thinking of is your body weight, right? Your body weight fluctuates a good bit from day to day, week to week. This is no secret if you've ever actually measured yourself once a day, twice a day. You can see that you're getting a very, very wide range of body weight. So things that can impact your body weight would be your salt intake, your water intake, where you are, if you've had an elimination that day, all of that stuff, how hydrated you are, all of that stuff will impact your body weight. So if you just worked out and you dropped 5 pounds magically from water, carbohydrates, and salt, then you probably need to replenish that in some form or fashion, right? That's why a lot of these fad diets, as a quick side note, they do really well at getting instantaneous results because you drop all that water weight, you drop that salt, because you don't replace that. But as soon as you replace that, boom, you swell back up, and oftentimes you can be 1 to 2 pounds heavier. Okay, so just some food for thought with that one. The next thing that we can think about is your grip strength. One of the ways that you can assess your grip strength that I like is just hanging from a bar. How long are you able to hang from a bar? How does it feel? Does it feel like your grip is giving out on you, or do you feel like you can hang there all day? Just as a side note, that is a window into your nervous system, your central nervous system, your readiness to train. If you feel like your grip strength is just in the toilet, that probably means that today is not going to be the best day to do a max effort deadlift session, guys. Okay. And last but not least is going to be your toe touch, right? So just bending over and touching your toes. One of the things that you'll notice is that your body is one piece. And what I mean by that is if you're stressed out up here, if you've had a bad day at work, a lot of times bending over to touch your toes is going to be a little bit of a stretch, no pun intended. But that's going to be something that you're going to notice is compromised. So the more stressed you are, the more you haven't been moving that day, the more you're going to have to warm up before you train, or you're going to have to take it easy, especially if you warm up and try touching your toes and you're still at that same distance, whether you've been able to put your fingers down on the floor or you're able to go from fingers to knuckles. One of those things is if you don't increase your range of motion after you've just warmed up or it gets worse, probably not the best time to train really, really hard, guys. Okay? So those are just a couple of quick areas that you can actually listen to your body. I hope that you found this information useful, guys. If you thought that it was useful, please share, like the page, subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're going to hope to put out more and more content as the weeks go on. Once again, if you have questions, please comment down below, and I would love to answer those questions, guys. Thanks.